Hello, beautiful people. I think I'm gonna call you guys beehives. So hello, beehives, welcome to my channel. So today I am at my layover right now, and I have like 8 hours layover, and decided to do this video for you guys real quick, just in case anything happened tomorrow. So this is part two. This is to help you guys with the interview process, some of the answers to some of the questions that they may ask you guys for your interview. So first, so you know, when you're before you apply for the job, you see the section that has the requirements, and you have the whole list of stuff that they asking you, requirements that you will need. So basically, if you review those, some answers can come from there for the questions. All you have to do is incorporate some of those things inside your answer for the questions that they ask you. Some of the things that this will help you guys is what they're basically looking for, and what they're looking for, you can incorporate these into answers to questions. So the airlines want to know that you work well with others. So if they ask a particular question, that you can put the answer as, you know, you working well with others in situation like that, then that's a really good answer to give, because we don't have any supervisors on board. You have the lead flight attendant, and then you have the captain, but technically is not really our supervisor or manager, how you have a manager over you and stuff like that. No, on board we don't have that at all. So we're all equal. It's just that the lead is the one who basically give you guys information, so that everybody trying to talk to the captain, one person talks to the captain and then relay the information downwards. But the captain is the head in a command, but we don't have a supervisor or manager. So they want to make sure that you work well with others. They don't need any supervision. So those are good answers that you can give if they ask a particular question. So when it comes to the airlines, safety is their number one thing. Like, safety is big in the airlines. So if you can incorporate answer that have to do with safety in there, that is it will be really, really good, because safety is number one. You're gonna realize when you go to training, everything is all about safety, and that's not just with this particular airline, but also all the airlines. Work ethic. So the airlines are on a 24/7 non-stop, so they want to know that you can get up whatever time, day, night, sunshine, blazing hot, stormy, winter, whatever, that you have no issues with that. So if you can put those things in your answer, big hit for you guys to get the job. Also, reliable. It has to be reliable, because when they call you, you only have they give you like a 2-hour window in order for you to get to the airport, punch in, and go get on the aircraft. So you gotta be reliable, because it's not a 9 to 5 job at all. Especially when you're on reserve. So hey, be at the airport at 6 a.m. You gotta be there at 6 a.m. When you get to the hotels, if you're on a 3-day trip, so when you get to hotels, you have to be able to wake yourself up and go to your flights, because you don't have nobody else. It's not a 9 to 5 that is something that you're used to. Your schedule's gonna change very often. You're gonna have different time. Everything's gonna be different. So you gotta be able to go with the flow and let them basically use you wherever they want to use you, that type of thing. So they want to make sure that you are flexible. So if you can include flexibility and all that stuff in some of the answers, big bonus. I touched a little bit about they need people that don't need much supervision, since again we don't have a manager or a supervisor on board. So if you work well with others without supervision, a big bonus. This is why a lot of times they hire like nurses, police officers, military people, all those, because they used to anything, they used to changes very quickly, and they can adapt quickly. So I know back in the days they used to hire like nurses. If you're a nurse, you'd be like real quick. So when I applied for the airlines, I was working in the medical field, and I worked there for close to 10 years. So that was really big. So when I gave her my resume, she saw that I had all these health working experience in there, and that was a big hit for me, because she even said, she was like, oh my gosh, you work in the medical field, you're a nurse in the medical field. I was like, yeah. I'm just like, wow, you've been here for a long time. I was like, yeah. She was like, and then all the pinpoint, the things that I put in my resume has some of the what they were looking for in their requirement. So it, you know, it was like it had that little spark factor on my resume. People who love to travel, if you can incorporate that in some of your answers. Now what I can say is that if you're not sure about some of the answers, what answer to give, what you can do is that you can put yourself as a flight attendant, like you are a flight attendant. Put yourself in that shoes already. And most of us already know some of the stuff that flight attendants do just by flying on an airplane before or watching the TV. You have a little bit of idea what flight attendants do. So put yourself as a flight attendant and give some of those answers, like you're in your shoes and you're giving those answers, because it will help you a little bit more. You may get a question about asking you to give a scenario of situation that happened at the job you used to work at, or any job or currently work at, and how you handle the situation. And you might get a questions like that because again they want to make sure that first, if it was a situation like my answer was, because back then I said I was working in the medical field, my answer was I had to help a baby out because the baby came into the doctor's office. Baby came into the office and needed CPR, and instead of me running and leaving the child, I stand there. I asked one person to get the doctor while I performed the CPR. So until the doctor, so I could basically took control of the situation until the doctor came and took over. So that actually was those situations like that are good answers to give. Or it could be anything that happened to you at your office, like example, co-worker, you were short of staff and your boss asked you to fill in, and you know you had a lot of guests, or you had a lot of customers, and you have to deal with the customers. You know, you have to be able to be patient, move quickly, and get the order right on time, and you know, like stuff like that. Is don't want to make sure that you need panic and run away and get scared and cry and stuff like that. So those are good things to, so that's one of the questions you might get on the interview. That they had asked me was why they're wanting to become a flight attendant, which is a very common question, but not necessarily like you're gonna get that question. So even if people tell you the questions that they get, it necessarily, that doesn't mean that you're gonna get those questions. So I would say don't just focus on just the questions that they themselves get, but also focus on anything, because it could be any question out of the blue, and you have to be able to think quickly, because I want to make sure that you can think quickly, because you're on your own in the air. They don't ask you many questions. When I did mine, they only asked me 3 questions when I did mine, and you just want to make sure that when they ask you those 3 questions that you give them everything that I list, incorporate some of the things that I list, that I told you guys about: safety, reliable, don't need any supervision, flexible, great work ethic, great energy, smiles, be able to do things, be able to understand and read information, because when you go on the airplane there are signs everywhere. I gotta be able to follow instructions and directions. Rules change very often when it comes to the federal aviation regulations. Rules change very often, so you gotta be able to read up on different rules and be aware of what's going on. So awareness is really big, are some of the key answers that you can give. And I hope this actually help you guys, but I know it actually will help you guys, because these are most of the stuff that I as a flight attendant do. So I'm giving to you guys from their eyes and what they want to hear and looking for. The interview, don't get nervous, don't be nervous, just take a deep breath and think about the answer, and then speak the answer. Don't overdo it, just get to the point. And I say incorporate, if you have the opportunity to read over the requirements that they have put, you can get answers, pick little things from there and get answers to the to the questions. I also will do things you can bring with you to your training, because when I got through, I didn't know what the heck to pack for my training at all. Not a clue to pack for my training. I guess I could talk about this. Yeah. So yeah, so I'll give you guys tips and tricks and things you can do when it's time for you guys to go on your training. That is really it. Those are the main points that they're looking for. There are other things too, but those are like the main jackpot ones that they're really looking for. And with 3 questions that they ask you, you can incorporate any one of these points that I give you guys into in an answer. So yeah, don't forget to subscribe, click the notification button, and tell me what videos you guys want me to do, so I can help you guys to be great at doing it with the interview process. And yeah, and again, this is not just for one particular airline. This also, you can use it for all the airlines, because these are this is across the board of what they're looking for. And see you guys next time. Bye.